Yo, yo, yo. Yes, sir. Another week. Happy Father's Day to everybody. Hey, you already know. My co-host JB Cousin.
Yo, mic check. We back, man. New Sunday, new news. Let's get it, man. Hey, man, oh yeah, I got an announcement. My boy Ayo Queen gonna be about 20 minutes late. But he popping on, you know it's Father's Day, so you know niggas gotta do that shit.
We gon' keep going till we living with the greats. The money keep growing cause we doing what it takes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yo. You paying for your shooters, yeah, them not many straps. Niggas move the goalposts when they don't got many facts. Well, you know I'm used to that. I don't got no use for that. Women say they honor this and they say they honor that. Can't believe fuck niggas, all they do is cap like the fans looking for them. But the police, they don't look for that. They look for me.
Shit back out here, man. We got protests, all type of shit.
That nigga said they moved the goalpost. They ain't got many facts. God damn. God damn. You already know, man.
Mic check. Mic sound straight.
Mike sounding very good. You already know, man. First Game Podcast, Season 3, Episode 11. We covering the Mexican BLM riots. Don't deport them. They just like us. Nah, man.
Yeah, we gotta discuss that shit, man, cause I've been getting a whole lot of we represent the same struggle messages, so I supposed to care about this deportations. I voted for this, man.
MAGA.
I voted for this.
MAGA. At the end of the day, man, MAGA. We make America great again. I just got dang delivered a MAGA hat to my dad from Father's Day, man. It felt good.
Oh man, Father's Day gift.
Father's Day gift. I had to let him, he on the train. The thing about it, bro, like me and my dad always had differences throughout life of, just differences.
Yeah.
He I ain't gonna call him a radical Christian, but he's a Christian to the heart. Ain't nothing gonna separate him from Christianity. And he always been breaking it down to me. The left and the left agenda. I used to brush that shit off. I'd be like,
So he conservative.
of course. He a Christian. I used to just brush it off. I used to be like, man, the hell my dad talking about? I'm Democrat.
Oh, God, you can't even hear the truth.
I was brushing that shit out. Like, what the fuck my dad talking about, man? The left agenda. He kept saying that. Then I realized, when I became a Republican, I was like, yo, he was telling the truth. The left agenda. They want people to be homosexual. They trying to preach that to the kids. They want you to get you away from Christianity. That was the agenda. Me being goddamn Democrat, I used to look at him like, what the fuck my dad talking about? Now I understand what he was preaching. So for Father's Day, you know what I did? I delivered that Make America Great hat again. Hat. I had to. He was talking the truth.
Yeah. Just everybody get their waters. Everybody sip on their waters, man. You turned up today?
Man, I've been turned up. You know what I'm saying? I felt good today. It felt like all this stuff dealing with Trump, and they talking about, oh, Trump want to be masculinity. That's good. We got people that's want to celebrate Father's Day again, cause they know what it means when a father is present in any household, regardless if you a stepfather or you a father. Just a man in a household that's directing. That's a good fucking thing.
But we gotta talk about what's going on, man. Shout out to all the fathers, man. But I'm gonna be honest, man. Don't nobody care about y'all that much.
That's what it
If
was.
you're a father, man, this is what you gotta understand.
Hmm.
Ain't nobody gonna understand your teachings and really show you the love you deserve until you gone, man. That's what comes with being a father. They don't realize everything you taught them until you was gone.
Oh God.
The mother get the love while she alive.
Oh God,
But
man.
what's gonna stick with them is what you teach them when you gone, man. So
Oh God, man. It's just the variable of the male dominance, bro. Like regardless of what people say about sex, the male is the one that's leading this voyage. It's always been the male on that ship of discovering America. It's always been the male. I ain't saying women couldn't do it, but it was always the male that had to be the first in line, fighting for our freedom. It's always had to be in the male. I understand though. It be some people that be women can do it too. That was I found it though. I found it what was gonna be the first thought.
what's that?
Yeah, man. It's some shit that we people don't know. We always have offline conversations, bro. I don't get,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying. People don't realize, like, bro, we be having offline conversations that don't even reach the podcast. And this is one of them things we had an offline conversation about, and it was like, yo, we should talk about that. And this is what it is right here. Florida man been paying 2,500 out the pocket. Construction guy, you see the guy. He been paying rent, living with his girlfriend, and he found out she has a fucking voucher, probably some Section C shit. Who knows? But she had a
Section 8.
voucher. Yeah, Section 8. It's been a voucher that she's been using, and she only paid 106. I ain't no dumb nigga. I ain't goddamn too smart. But 2,500 out of that 106, god dang, baby girl. She could have let the man know like the rent was good.
Yeah. That's what I was trying to tell. Off camera, I was talking to you and Ayo Quay. Like people were going in outrage about this Section 8 and losing it. And I think it's a good thing. And let me explain.
Yeah,
Country in debt,
get your 30.
we need to save some money and not just cut it to be cutting it, but cut it enough to where the people that need it actually receive it. You got able bodied women all on Section 8 just collecting food stamps, um, living in 4-bedroom houses, paying $100 every month. See, their house looks so good, bro, that she could fool the guy and tell him that's her rent. And like it's just showing like women are using government assistance to not really have to rely on a man at all. And I think that's what is hurting this back and forth between the black Americans. It's women hate, in my opinion, women hate the way that men move around the world, like messing with different women, cheating,
Yeah.
getting paid the most, uh, and they it's like, in my opinion, sometimes I used to feel like women wanted to be a man, like,
Mm.
but I think the world changing. We getting back to relationships, nuclear families. Once he cut the people off that don't need the food stamps, and Section 8 will put limits on Section 8, I think 2 years. Like, it's going to cause people to work. It's going to cause families to stay together instead of breaking up, because only the woman receive benefits of having a child and a man not being there. Man don't
Facts,
get none
facts,
of them.
facts, facts.
Man don't get none of them benefits.
But
So
but what you got to what comment you got to give for this sort of situation, man? Because this shit
that's what
has hit the internet.
that's what I'm saying. I'm
Okay,
saying
okay.
I'm saying how she living off all them benefits, and this man right here working.
True.
So if they together, like, see if they together, look how much she could be having. Like, he got 2,500 he giving her. So if they married and together,
Hmm.
that's great family. Like, but she rather not be with this dude officially, like live with him and they be serious, so she can keep paying 106 and keep using all the rest of his money on bullshit. That's what
Hmm.
I'm saying. It's gonna getting rid of, not getting rid, but adjusting Section 8 is gonna stop stuff like this from happening.
Mm.
So yeah, that's kind of what I was doing. Shit.
I understand what you're saying, man. It like people nowadays they gotta learn their history, bro. What these sort of programs doing? They helping, but they also snatching the structure. Like it's kind of like collateral sometimes. And dealing with this man, I look at it like it's kind of like what a lot of men go through. They will sacrifice a lot. They'll sacrifice many things, and it's like they don't get nothing back from it. It's always on the male part of you supposed to do that. You a man. In this sort of situation, it's like damn, like regardless of what the man did, the man giving so much to create a household, and she already know that she got a voucher 106, so that means she just pocketing that money,
Yeah, he probably busting his ass out there
busting
with
his ass.
with the orange jumpsuit while somebody else clapping. He ain't there.
Boy, you took it too deep. You took it too
Man,
deep.
bro. Because women need constant attention, like
Facts.
constant. They could love you to death, but they still need constant attention, or they would do that shit.
Let's just take out the comments what they said. Young Hefe, man, I don't know who Young Hefe is. He said my mugshot would have been all over the first 48. The renters scandal.
Yeah,
Imagine my face on deadline by the end.
Dateline, man.
Dateline, my bad, Dateline. For another 200, I mean, for 125, 100. I'll go handle her right now for you.
Cause
He should have known. He should have owned place. He should have owned his own place, and he would have known how much rent was. That's 75K you actually could have won in court. Like, it's sad though, cause as a guy just goddamn just doing the right thing, you get foolish. Like if I sat there with just paying the rent and not questioning shit, you get a society of people just looking like, is you dumb? Is you stupid?
is he wrong if he don't want to do that for women no more?
After that, he shouldn't. I wouldn't trust the next female after that. I wouldn't trust any woman that he come encounter with, because it's like, damn, bro, like if she on the side, regardless of how many kids she got or what she going through, you couldn't let that man know that I might possibly covering over half of this rent, and you don't have to pay that much. You could build yourself as a man to get better, to strive.
But at the same time,
Yeah,
if you are defending the woman in this, I gotta do this for just devil's advocate.
definitely ask. Yeah.
He ain't supposed to be there. So he really paying her for the risk of losing
Mm,
her shit.
so at the end of the day, he kind of like gotta pay the rent then.
He ain't supposed to be there. And he probably ain't got nowhere else to
Mm,
go. Done got evicted. And the damn whoa.
yeah, I got that
That
kick the
nigga
mic.
trip fell on camera. Then
Yeah, kick the mic.
yeah, bro, like he gotta pay the risk fee. And
mm,
she obviously got kids too. That's what I'm saying. Maybe she was just like, shit, if I lose this shit because of him,
you gotta pay it.
then now I got this extra money to get me something else.
Mm. But it's always a tough situation for the male, regardless if he doing right or wrong.
But wouldn't this going viral get her in trouble?
Mm. I mean, he really ain't putting no name to it.
I know, but I'm saying I feel like there's somebody else reposting this story. So I feel like there's an original story
Yeah,
out
we
there.
gotta say allegedly. We gotta say allegedly with this story.
Yeah.
We gotta say allegedly, because a lot of people do clickbait, and there's a lot of dudes. I have seen a story when a dude at Walmart, and he looked like, "Yo, I just paid for all this stuff, and she can't do this. Like,
But
how you feel about
it ain't
it?"
it ain't just women who do that though. I done seen some damn documentaries of
Yeah,
niggas catfishing women for years, just taking all their money, their
that
whole
too.
bank account. And I'm like, how the hell did you get this woman to send all this shit to you, bro? Like, damn, her whole life savings,
I mean,
they be
you can
going
look
on.
at the dude, man. He don't look like he's struggling.
Man, he's
Lamar
struggling.
10. Lamar 10.
He's struggling, man. His heart broke.
I'm just looking at the fact, like, damn, bro. Like, I'm looking at I'm gonna speak on the behalf of people, of the dudes that actually doing what they gotta do, just because it's a lot of men out there that do just pick up the responsibility of what the woman condition is, not on the behalf of what the man condition is. Like, just like when um Kevin Samuels saying, like, you got 4 or 5 kids. What you expecting a man to do when you bringing that to the table versus him if you was bringing a little bit to the table, like what do you expect him to do?
Well,
It's a tough situation,
a
bro.
lot of Kevin Samuels women, they'll have that amount of kids, but they'll still be doing good in life. Like they'll
Hmm.
have the education and the money. They just can't get the top 1% nigga that they think they deserve because they smart and got a good house and job and shit. Women will go to college and get all that shit and feel like the nigga that's a billionaire, millionaire should fucking choose them after they done had 2 kids. Shit. Like, why the fuck would a billionaire choose that? I get it. You
Yeah.
might be whatever the fuck.
But in this conversation, Lamar 10, if he was telling me, bro, I was paying 2,500 and she had a voucher and she only had to pay 106 and she was making me, it was I feel some type of way. Just on the fact that regardless you a male or female, man, you took advantage of that man hard working money. Let him know. Like, yo, I do got a voucher and you being present in the house could mess up this voucher of me paying 106. Now, if that's not spoken, I'd be like, yo, you got took advantage of. That's the only thing I gotta say about
Yeah, I ain't got nothing else on, bro.
it, man. But it's crazy how shit get viral. It's crazy how shit get viral on the internet. We don't know if it's real or fake. We don't even know if it's real. But that sort of sense, man, boy, Lamar 10, I don't blame you afterwards. Don't quit. Don't quit the job. Just know that
Yeah, quit the
as a
job.
man, you gotta have your own shit. That one comment I read, if he was paying his own rent, he would have knew about how much to pay for, how much not to pay for. And that's the whole thing. Like, if you would have had his own shit, he would have knew like, yo, like why he would have knew like precautions like, yo, why I'm paying that much? Or why I ain't paying that much.
At the end of the day, he had a choice, bro. If a woman tell me I gotta give her 2,500,
Hmm.
I'm not staying there. You was making it before we started talking. Shit, you better figure out how to keep making it. I'm
Oh
not doing
God,
that.
man. And it don't be no hate towards any women, but it's be on at the end of the day, bro. You gotta learn who you dealing with.
If she making it, surviving, bro. Come on, big surviving.
Yeah.
When I first started talking to her, and she said, "Yeah, my mortgage 2,500." Oh, you? I'm gonna assume you balling. You might need me to pick up on some electric bill type shit.
Yeah.
Not nothing else that's serious. Yo.
Yer.
But is he wrong though? Just all right, if he never asked questions, he wrong though. If you went through with this paying 2,500. Like,
He had a choice, bro. Once you hear 2,500, you should ask questions anyway. You should be like, God damn.
mm.
Go ask the neighbors what the hell they paying.
Nigga said he should have investigated.
Shit.
He said he
25.
should have investigated. Like, nah, man,
Yo, this
nah.
nigga Elijah is twisted, brother. I'm going to tell you that now. Yo, crazy big Father's Day celebration.
What's up, man? How y'all doing today, man?
What's that? Diddy flavor?
Jose
Strawberry
Quavo.
margarita.
Jose Quavo.
Oh, I ain't got
That's
pink.
what you on for today, Jose
Man,
Quavo.
I've been drinking all day, man. Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day, man. I'm damn, cause I was about to quit drinking today, bro. Cause I ain't get home till like 6 this morning. Had to get up at like 10, and I just got back home. But I was drunk as shit all last night, bro. I paid for it today. I ain't gonna hold you.
I
But
ain't
we
had
brung up the
I ain't had a drink in about 6 months.
weren't you the one who sent
Oh,
to the
no.
chat that
The 2500,
yeah 2500.
Yeah.
bruh. Yo,
Give
hey,
your input, man.
hey, man, listen. That's a prime example of why someone would agree with cutting that motherfucking Section 8 food stamp, like all that type of shit.
Well, we just was
It's
speaking
like,
the same language, see? Go ahead.
it's like, bruh, this particular situation, this lady and
Mm-hmm.
this guy, they're together. She has a fuck that. The nigga is paying $2,500 a month to live with her,
That's over half.
right? And he just happened to accidentally find a little voucher or a stub or something that says that her rent is only
Allegedly,
$106.
allegedly, allegedly, allegedly.
Nah, we ain't gonna go with the legend. Just
Nah,
go with the
it's true.
yeah.
It's true. She was
Hey,
coming
but
up. She
look
was coming
though.
up off that nigga, man.
But look though. This is another situation I told Dave you wasn't on for. I was like, I gotta say it from the woman perspective.
Yeah.
So what if you know he do not supposed to be there if she on Section 8? So what if she thinking that nigga paying also for the risk of me losing my shit? He was living there for 5 years. If he's caught there, bro, she gonna lose that shit, and she got kids, and she might don't got a job, which is why she got approved for it.
Yeah.
So, is that kind of like him just paying for a risk fee?
Yes and no. I'm gonna lean more so towards the no side because it's like it depends on how long he's been there.
5 years.
So, yeah, no, hell no, nah.
Uh,
Cause like if I would, all right, think about this. If I would have said yes, then he's paying her $2,500 a month, bro. She's only paying $106, 126, something like that. If she's scared that it's like a risk factor or something like that, then by now she should have enough bread to like where that shouldn't be an issue. So nah, I can't agree with it. Nah, she using bro.
yeah, for sure. That's what I'm saying. But it's like he don't supposed to be there, but she is
Five
using
years,
them though.
5
But
years, and you
yeah,
still scared that you might lose or get kicked out. You should have planned for that accordingly. 5 years within that time.
but this is a great plan because if she stacked that shit,
True. I guess because I was thinking of like, damn, she should make enough off of him to like at least get another apartment if that do happen.
yeah.
But
So
but
it's
like,
like risk fee though. Like she good if she loses type shit for a
yeah,
little while because she don't got a job. So it's like
but but
it,
also it's like, is she like saving that money or is she like
I
flexing?
don't
Is she
know.
spending? Like, you
I
know what I'm
feel
saying?
like my heart feel like flexing, but I don't know. My heart feel like flexing.
I think she is. I'm gonna jump on the bridge and say she is flexing. Cause bro, if you paying 106 and the other person you tell them it's 2,500, like, come on, bro.
Bruh, I imagine she gotta look like Rihanna for him to be okay with doing this.
It better be
So
good.
maybe he paying for her to, and he don't know, but he making her look like something. Maybe she keep herself top 10
Or
notch or some shit at
or
all times.
or what about this? Maybe he's not used to having bitches.
I'm looking at the picture. That's why I was saying what I was saying. Like, bro, look at your goddamn boots.
Hey, somebody said she probably increased each year too.
Yo, that nigga look goofy, low key, bro. I ain't gonna hold you.
For Christ's sake.
This nigga got a grill in.
This nigga got on buffs.
The
He
alligator
said,
getting fed
"Imagine
real
if she
good.
go missing."
Nigga got on a damn loose sleeve, short sleeve
That
collar
nigga
shirt.
said, brother, she owes you $143,640. Damn. Yo, comments be funny, bro.
Look at this nigga,
Nigga said, get an attorney. Take her to court.
I wouldn't, man, cause that shit
How
hurtful,
she gonna
man.
pay that back?
That shit hurtful, man. I don't give a fuck what female in that situation, man. If you in a situation like that, maybe a man giving all his paycheck and knowing that you on a voucher, man, fuck that. You should be goddamn like, hell no, bro. That's some wrong shit on the part of trustworthiness.
Now,
Like,
okay, let's just say
Never do
they
that.
in love. Do they stay together? That is he done for staying with her now that
man,
he know this information?
he allowed her
Me
to
being
leave.
look, bro. If all right, put yourself in this situation. Put yourself as him
I'd be hurt.
with the first time she asked him for that shit. So what would you do? Would you be like, hell no, I ain't paying no 2,500? I stay somewhere else. Or would you be like, all right, I'll do it? So he had a choice, no matter if
Yeah,
it's fake,
yeah,
no matter if it was 106, 3,000. If it was
yeah.
5,000 and he was paying half, it don't matter. She told him that amount, and this nigga did it, bro.
But
He
you gotta
is
realize,
crazy.
like, what was the liability? I mean, what was the liability that was attached? Did he have kids that was living in that house,
Or his
or
credit was
you
bad,
know what
couldn't
I'm
get no
saying?
apartment.
It's a general
He had to
description.
have a eviction, bro. There ain't no
Like
way you gonna agree to pay that when you don't got to,
it's a
unless she look like.
it ain't too much description that he given to make himself look like, oh yeah, you should have did it or you should have not. Now if he would have been like, man, my goddamn 5 kids live in that house, so I feel like it was the right thing to do. When we got back together and she told me the rent was 2,500, I'd
So
have been like, yeah, you're right.
you think that man was a single father of five?
That's all I'm saying. I don't know. It's a hard description.
Nah, man.
It's a hard description, man. Like he didn't give me too much to say. Like, oh yeah, you was back up against the wall to pay that 2,500.
Her name
Now,
is
if it was on some shit that he was like, man, I met this girl online. She had 3 kids in the house, so I needed a place to stay, and she told me the rent was 2,500. I just did what I had to do, man. You know what I'm saying? I'd have been
What?
like, bro,
Pull
you a
up,
fool.
man. Pull up, man. We got
I'd
Maryland
have been like,
Keys.
I'd have been like, you a fool, bro.
2,500 looking like. You
Now,
I'd
feel
be
let's
me?
like,
see.
you a fool. You a
I gotta see what
fool.
this look like.
Oh God.
That's why I would have told him straight
Find
up,
the
you a
chat.
fool. You a fool for that, bro. Because at the end of the day, bro, you should have asked some kind of
Man,
question.
we been on this
Something.
nigga. We been talking
I
about
know
this.
he got some friends. Like he had to tell them, like, yeah, man, this is I stay over here paying this. Like I know the conversation had to come
Man,
up.
we been talking
Something.
about this nigga Tyrone for 40 minutes, man.
Lamont 10, Lamar 10. But
So,
you right though,
golly,
man. Let's get
man,
let's get on to the situation, man. You already know the title. What's going on? It's called the Mexican BLM Riots. That's been going on LA throughout the United States, man. I'm gonna try to give a little brief. Um, Started June 6th following immigration and ICE enforcement did raids targeting illegal immigrants. These protests concentrated in a 5 block radius of downtown Los Angeles, turned into violent in some instances with clashes with protesters. Los Angeles Police Department and ICE agents. Actions included vandalism, graffiti objects like rocks, Molotov cocktails, and fireworks thrown at law
Monster time.
enforcement. Um, who responded with tear gas, flashbang, grenades, less lethal uh, uh, munitions. Notable incidents involved with looting in stores like Apple and pharmacies. Telemental news van being vandalized. President Trump federalized the California National Guard, deploying 4,700 Marines joined the task force to move criticized by the governor Gavin Newsom and Mayor Karen Bass. And they said was shit was unlawful. Most protests remain peaceful. That's what Grok speaking. But with scholars noting that the cause is less damage compared to
Man,
1992 Los Angeles riots.
who wrote that book? Man, you should just play the clip.
I got some clips, bro. I got some clips. But that's Grok
I
speaking to
can't
you
find it.
like,
Well, Grok was telling the goddamn whole fucking story.
hey,
Damn.
but at the end of the day, man, these type of writers was shaking up the internet news wave, man. Because you got some people looking at this shit like, yo, these motherfuckers burning anything fucking down. And I saw somebody make a statement like, oh, these Republicans mad because they expressing their First Amendment. But it's like, you looking at the people that's supposed to be liberals, motherfuckers are burning cars. When last time I look at it, you gotta be pretty bad to burn a fucking car in a fucking highway. So I don't believe it's on some shit that it's like, oh, Republicans mad. Every time y'all motherfucking Democrats get mad, shit get burnt down, destroyed, looted.
What's the question about this shit, bro?
I mean, y'all can just give y'all comments. I ain't really got no question for
Uh,
it, man. I'm still trying to goddamn. But there's comments about it though, cause
Well,
so, you got first. Go ahead, bro.
um, I was over here just like doing some little research. You know, I know the law, but I had to really look at it and see what it was saying. So yes, it's a federal fucking crime and a very serious offense. Even if no one is hurt, just the act itself can result in arrest and prosecution when it comes to throwing bricks and rocks at federal agents.
There's some salt in there.
Bro, that shit is crazy. And I understand they have the right to protest and freedom of speech. Yes, they have the right to protest, but you don't have the right to throw these objects at federal employees and try to stop them from doing their job. That shit is against the law, and people can't be mad if them motherfuckers get arrested because they broke the law.
oh god,
Yeah.
man.
So it's like I just want to say this to these people protesting against leaving America, but you broke the law to get over here. You walking around waving Migo flags, and you don't want to go back to Migo world. So it's like
Big old world.
That nigga said make a world.
we Americans have no problems with Migos coming over here. It's just the fact that we don't want y'all illegally doing it, bro. We got corruption going on in the government. We got bad systems where a lot of people getting over as a illegal alien. You shouldn't be receiving any cash benefits or vouchers or anything coming
Mm-hmm.
from the American government.
Yeah.
So we are trying to deport you people. We're not saying that we don't want you back in here, but we want to deport you so we can vet you uh before you come in here because we don't know who you people are. We got people assassinating Democratic lawmakers. We got people having assassination attempts on President Trump. You got you people burning your own people, businesses. Who gotta pick up this bill? You think Trump gonna pay for this, or do you think y'all tax dollars gonna pay for this? Yeah, California, y'all tax dollars gonna pay for this. So it's like I it's a guy over here illegally that worked with my woman. I ain't gonna say where she worked because I don't want to rat him out just yet.
Man, rat that motherfucker out.
But I told him about the CBP app that he could get $1,000 free flight back to Mexico and attempt to re-enter the right way. Say he don't want to do that. This nigga say he rather just lose work, gain debt because he can't find work, ride around till they find him and deport him to where he can't come back. So it's like, bro, you people, I'm letting you know, you ain't gonna convince nobody to stop deporting you. You can go out there and throw rocks and wave your flags. You still getting deported, man. All Trump asked for you was to stand on the side of the road, hold up your signs and yell, bro, and chant. Don't be in the streets. Don't in the middle of the street blocking traffic. Don't be fucking tearing up buildings and setting shit on fire. Police cars that people gotta fucking use their tax money to repay for. Like, bruh, just go, man.
Yeah, and you can be deported for several reasons. One of them overstaying your visa. Another one is entering the U.S. without proper
Look at
documentation.
risky business. Hey, look, risky business, man. I ain't never been to Africa in my life. When I go to Africa, you know what they're gonna tell me? They're gonna say I'm American, man. I'm just being honest, bro.
Risky business. I'm glad you commented, man.
Cause it's like, bro, you gotta understand, bro. I'm American, bro. And ICE not looking for me, cause the news can tell you, oh, black people next. We not next, bro. Y'all, I don't know what you are, but if you amigo, bro, and you illegal, bro, you should not be commenting, bro.
And
Cause
that's
ICE is
the
gonna find you,
and
cuz.
that's the whole shit. What everybody keep noticing of y'all fear mongering
I'm here,
people.
bro. I got
Oh, it's
legal
it's
work authorization. I got a social security number. I
stop
got a
the
birth
fear
certificate,
mongering, bro. Like stop
bro.
that bullshit of fear mongering. He's gonna deport you next. No, bro. He's doing what he's doing to keep the fucking street safe. If I
Yeah,
break the law, but at the same time, I'm from this fucking goddamn country, I will do the time. He's gonna keep me in jail. But this ain't about who the fuck breaking the law and who's here. It's about y'all motherfuckers who's not from here. Send them back.
yeah, bro. We got ties to the Constitution. Y'all don't. Sorry. And when y'all keep saying California used to belong to Mexico, yeah, I'm
And you
American though.
still racist and you trying to use that shit as a fucking weapon. You dumb
No, bro, I
motherfucker.
don't even know if they might be black, bro, but they just saying we black and they got a victimhood mindset, bro. They just like, oh, you still black, like Jay-Z, you still nigga. Man, listen.
I
Anyway,
get
bro.
it. I get it, right? I get it.
Like, but who cares, man?
I get it. I should be running down the street saying, Donald Trump going to deport me too. No, you dumb motherfucker.
Like
We ain't on that
that's
damn
like, yeah,
dumbass
that
shit.
shit stupid, bro.
That's why
Like,
people are well informed.
there's
Type of
no
people like you
country.
cannot move us
There's
because we
no
are well
there's no
informed.
other country that is good for black people better than America, bro. If you think so, list it, bro. And if that country, why does that country you gonna say got people trying to sneak into this country, bro?
Like you got
Like,
that
come
knocking my
on,
dick in
bro.
that room.
I was looking at something. It said that not all deported immigrants are criminals. some are actually law-abiding people who violated immigration laws but committed no other crimes. So you have,
They still gotta go.
yeah, like just because like you're not out there throwing bricks and shit, don't you
Yeah,
say you
like
pass you say you pass your visa, you broke any other laws, bro, and you're illegal, you
he
gotta go.
said the Constitution was created when we was enslaved. Yeah, and we got a fucking amendment in the Constitution. Y'all don't, bro.
But the
I'm
thing about it
sorry.
though, but the thing people don't realize
Hey,
about immigration law,
send black business the link, bro. Tell them come on and like let's have a conversation.
but the thing about people don't realize about like immigration laws,
Uh,
deportation is the lightest punishment for your ass. When you breaking the law in another country, that's the lightest
Yeah, we
punishment for
really
your
been
ass.
soft on these Migos, man. Like, if we was to go to Mexico and try to fucking work and live off their government, they'll be done killed our ass, man. Locked us up for trespassing and shit, man.
Yeah, come on, risky
We sending
business,
these
bro.
niggas back with a free flight.
Risky business. Hop on the chat if you want to, but at the end of the day, bro, it sounds stupid as fuck to me being a black man running down the street saying he's going to deport y'all too. No, the fuck he not. He's not going to do that. He's not going to send nobody to fucking government. He's trying to make your street safe too. He's trying to let you know that you being American is actually a priority. But if you want to give these lands out to other people that's not going against the fucking, that's not going with the fucking law, that's you, bro. But I voted for a fucking president that actually give a fuck about this law, give a fuck about this constitution, that give a fuck about me being a fucking American.
Yeah,
Nigga
man,
Tom Mama.
I ain't with the illegal shit, man. That's like motherfucker, somebody breaking in your career, bro, and you just take care of them now. They break in your career, but you just take care of them, buy their clothes, buy their food. They don't gotta work. Man, get out of here, bro.
Then when
And
you
then
ask
for the
them,
ones that do work, they working slave work, man. It's really Democrats saying we need them in the country to do the jobs we don't want to do the slave work, go pick the cotton. When all we gotta do is create. We can create things to do them jobs, bro. That's what China do.
And I'm glad you did bring up.
Come on, bro. We don't need
I'm
no
glad you
illegal. We
bring
can
up
use our
that.
prison. We can use our prisoners to do those jobs.
I'm glad you did bring up that shit because it is getting kind of violent for both sides
Here
nowadays.
defending these illegals, man. That shit is crazy, bro.
It's getting violent on both sides. Like with the riots
You
going
was out
on,
there at the No Kings protest, shit
I
that
wanted
didn't
to.
work.
I wanted to. I wanted to go out
They
there.
still getting deported, brother. Keep chanting though, man.
I
No
wanted to. I
justice, no
wanted to.
peace, ass nigga, man. That shit
But
don't do
like you
nothing in
said though,
America.
this shit is getting violent for Democrats and fucking Republicans, meaning that
that shit came out of nowhere.
there was a Democrat official that got assassinated.
Can't hear it.
Oh no, I ain't got nothing played though. I'll let it
No
play.
Kings events would be targeted, but we also find it of interest to the public that these would be in there, and we want to alert everybody until we do that. Because this is such an active investigation with information not knowing right now, we feel it's an obligation to all of you and the public across the state of Minnesota to alert you of it, and that's why the Colonel made the notation of recommending people don't go today. But the individuals are not in custody yet, and so we want to make sure as that very active manhunt is underway and continues, that we make sure that we're sharing that, and that's part of why we're making the recommendation. As to the investigation and the list, we are working through that now and talking to individuals, and will continue to. What I would say with the list is there's a large number of people. That's all I can say about it. We will work through all of that, what the motivations of this
All right,
are.
man.
We'll
Cut
provide
this
that as
nigga
we
off,
can.
man.
This is really a public safety.
Man,
Well,
look.
he ain't say shit. He ain't say shit.
That nigga
But
fuck what he talking about, man. Look, all y'all gotta know, y'all motherfuckers, is that the Democratic Party that be fooling y'all, bro, created this shit. They created, like, everything they created is why these people got shot, bro. They try to make y'all believe, they fear monger y'all to death, bro. Got y'all scared to death.
Facts,
thinking that
man.
Trump really about to turn America into fucking Nazi Germany and shit. Like, y'all really truly believe that, bro? Like, come on, bro. You done fell for the shit. Y'all fell for the polls. Y'all fell for
Oh
Kamala.
shit. Oh
Y'all fell
shit.
for Joe Biden.
Hey, he's on.
Yeah,
What's up,
man.
my brother? We finally, you probably the first Democrat motherfucker on this damn shit. Speak your knowledge.
Hold on, give me a second. Give me a second. How's that audio?
It's
Sound
good. It's
good.
good, big. It's
Good.
big, big. All so state your statements, man, because it's kind of wild what you're stating about. He's going to deport black people too. Why do you feel like that way?
Yeah, no, I never said he was gonna deport black people. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm
But
glad
but
you
but what's the
recognize that.
but what's the point of this conversation? Do y'all need some clarity on what's going on, or because it seems like y'all do?
I mean, you said he
Nah. Just
consent.
just give your point of view, man. Like, well, what's the clarity? Give us what you think the clarity is.
Yeah,
Yeah, because there's a lot of misconceptions going on right now in America, bro. As far as this fucking protest, and look, this is what's crazy for people to say that the people that are out there in those protests waving a flag. This is the narrative, okay?
Yeah.
They're burning a flag of a country that they don't want to be in while waving a flag from a country that they don't want to go to, right?
facts.
Mm-hmm.
But that's wrong, bro. That's a misconception, and that's false
That
because the people that are getting deported are not out there in those protests. Okay, the people that you see waving the quote unquote foreign flags is the people of that community, of the people
Mm,
that are being deported. So let's just say I don't know where you fellas are from, right? I'm from
America.
Texas.
I'm
Where
from
y'all from?
Charlotte. I'm from
America.
Charlotte.
North Carolina.
Okay, okay. So if shit, let's just say some shit was going on in the South, right? You'd see
Yeah.
Confederate flags out there.
Yeah, we
Why?
got those out here.
So you saying they speaking up for people that can't speak up? You saying that?
Of course, bro. You know what I mean? That's the community, but it just so happens that it's in L.A. and the predominant community there is Mexicans. Just by history, that's why you're seeing the Mexican flags.
Okay, let me give you a. Let's say if we both ran 400 fucking meters, and I ran across a field just to get 400 meters. Do you think that's cheating, or do you think that's I should be able to complete the race even though I ran across a field that you ran
Just
400
ask me the
meters?
question, bro. I don't like doing what ifs. Just ask me the question.
I'm
Nah,
just
basically
saying.
what he's saying is it's another misconception. You know how that community, like you said, the Latinos, they're trying to stand up for the ones that are getting deported. All right, so it's also Latinos who came over here the legal way who feel slighted by the ones who are here illegally. Because it takes years and years to become a citizen, and they really did with the uh the the process like they were supposed to.
It's a
And
due
there's some
process.
over here that are here illegally, and they're living off the tax dollars. It's families that are struggling that are here legally
Risky
that need
business.
these benefits, and you have immigrants over here, and you don't even know who they all are. Not all of them are all bad, but our country has a deficit that's out of control. So we're trying to cut spending, and it's just wrong. We got assassination attempts. We got people who are in this country that support Palestine, causing our people to cause
That
division. Division is what I'm saying. You got some people over here that don't care about that shit. And you got some people moving over here to pull at heartstrings all the time. There's so much shit going on, bro. And it's from just a flow of millions of illegals over here, bro.
what
And I'm just
what
saying,
what did Tupac say? They got money for wars but can't feed the poor. Come on, you really talking about money while they're sending billions to another country?
To Ukraine, right?
So that's not our fault
Oh,
though.
okay. But look. Because the gentleman that spoke said a lot, right? He had a lot of he touched on a lot of different points
For
from
sure,
different
for sure.
countries to. But look, that's what I'm saying. I'm just here to give some clarity on stuff that maybe you guys aren't informed of when it comes to my community, right? So
Oh, so you Latino, right?
I'm Mexican,
Okay.
Legally, right?
of course, homie. Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
so
what
you
I'm
did the
saying, bro.
process.
And
You did the
nobody
process.
had, and nobody, and you are American just like me, and you earn that. Your family earned that. Like that's cool.
I'm
But
Yeah,
actually, I'm actually more. Look, I'm gonna touch on this, and then I'm gonna go back to your initial question.
yeah,
But
for
I'm
sure.
actually more American than you. Yeah, but I'll explain that in a little bit. Let me go back to what we're talking about.
Yeah, yeah. You got the right to your opinion,
Hey,
man. You ain't
do
All
you
right,
nah.
all
realize?
right.
Let him do what he's gonna do. Go ahead, bro.
All right. Look, let me clarify this other misconception, right? Because I'm here speaking for my people being the Mexican people, right?
yeah.
It,
Where you live, by the way? My bad. Where you live?
I'm
Texas,
from I'm from
Texas.
I'm from South Texas, bro.
Okay, okay,
I'm as far
Hey,
south as you can go before you get into Mexico.
you
okay.
know Charleston
Gotcha.
White?
I know of them. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah. So look.
Yeah,
Check it
yeah,
out.
yeah,
Check it out.
yeah,
The
yeah, yeah.
misconception, bro, is that all these illegals are coming in here and using up resources, right? But that's
Yeah.
false, bro. Because look, first of all, my people, the Mexican people, don't qualify for asylum. That's one. So but it's fucked up that they use my people as a political pawn game, as a political pawns for their game.
Mm.
Yo, and that's
My
another
people,
thing I wanted
look,
to say. It's not. It's really like the news focusing on your people, but it's really just immigrants. Period, bro. It's not specifically Latinos, bro. We talking about Africans over here, fucking
right.
Chinese.
But look, this is why I jumped on, bro, and this is why it's important, right? Like when we're on
Yeah,
this internet bullshit.
Yeah,
Like I know, yeah, maybe don't got nobody watching and shit, but look, I came across your channel, right?
yeah. Thank you for coming on. By the way.
Yeah, no problem, bro. But look, one thing that and the main reason that I came on, like I said, is because the gentleman that was there in the middle, he was kind of clowning at us, bro. He was trying to clown us, talking about Migos, the Migo flag. Now this is your channel.
that
This is your
what
plat. Now this is your
that's
channel. This is your platform. You can say what you want, right? We all have the right to our opinion,
Yeah.
but you are part of the problem, bro.
What you mean by that? Like, is it misinformed or what you mean he part of the problem?
Nah, just by saying the Migo flag and the Migo like in a condescending manner. You know what I mean?
bro. That's amigo. I didn't say other words. I said amigos, bro.
Yeah, I got you. But and I
Come
know that's a
on,
term.
come on. We
I,
just that's how it ain't nothing racial.
Who
Like
who
I
you who
feel
you,
you.
who you voted for? By the way, if you don't mind me asking, or that you don't want to enclose that.
Nah, yeah. I'm a felon, so I can't vote in Texas.
Oh
But
shit.
shit.
but
Who you would have
but
voted for then?
but regardless, but let's just say I wouldn't, bro. I'm not
Political
I
guy.
won't engage. I won't engage in this game of politics that has the people fooled to believing that they actually have a choice. You know what I mean? That's like you telling your kid. That's like you telling your kid, do you want Burger King or do you want McDonald's? Your kid's gonna feel like you're actually giving them a choice, but you ain't giving them a choice. You're giving them two pre choices that you already had. So I don't this political bullshit. I see it for what it is, and it's just a fucking game to divide the people.
But at the end of the day, though, you are a citizen of the United States because you obviously didn't get deported when you committed certain crimes. You did your time and came back in the society.
Right.
So you got your visa or whatever. You was able to stay here and do the time. There's
Yeah.
certain
Yeah.
people that
Like
don't
it's just
have
I
that
feel like
background.
I just feel like, bro, it's people taking advantage of the shit, dog. Like they're really sneaking over here by the millions, bro. Not anymore, but they did in these past 4 years. And it's like, what about the people who did it the right way, bro? What about them? What about what they think?
Cause
That's what
Yeah, you're talking
that's
about my
what.
people. You're
Yeah, like
talking
what?
about my people. My
Like
and, yeah,
people did it the right way.
and your people did do the right way, and also it showed on CNN that 46% of y'all people approved of President Trump deporting people.
yeah,
I ain't got the correct.
yeah, but yeah,
I ain't got
it's
the correct
polls
numbers.
saying your people agree with this, and I just feel like, bro, certain news is just showing it wrong, bro, and making people think it's raised like they're making people think ICE is just going and grabbing whoever they see. No, these are targeted, bro. They're going
Yeah,
after criminals, but
nah, you're wrong.
if they see somebody that happened to be illegal that's not a criminal, they're not gonna turn their back, bro.
Okay, well, what criminal? What? I mean, there's criminals everywhere, right? Of all races, of all
Of
walks of
course,
life.
you're right about that. You're
Yeah,
pretty sure.
But
but you don't want a Russian warlord criminal in the country.
yeah, of course
You just
not.
don't do that. But if they were American, yeah, we can lock them up and handle our own, bro.
Yeah, but
Like we
that's not what the protests are about, though, bro. The protests. You see, my people, me included. Of course, I don't want people out there with weirdo charges, do weird things with children or women or none of that bullshit. I want those motherfuckers gone too, and
Okay.
so do my people. The protests are not about that. The protest is about ICE hunting my people down, going to the fields, chasing them down like dogs. You know what I mean?
Due process.
yeah,
What? Yeah. Taking people from courts that are trying to do it the right fucking way. You know what I'm saying? You're hunting my people down, bro, and that's what the protests are about. You know
But
what I'm
what
saying? Like I
about
said,
but,
so
but what
so so
about some of these people that actually have court documented deportation notices, but the last administration did not push
did
them
not
out,
enforce the law. Like
and they get
that's what's been happening. So
and
now it's
that's
like
sort of situation happening
now it's
too.
like your past catching up to you type shit. And it's like this. Do you do you just think like ICE should just not do their job? Like should these illegals stay? Is what I'm asking.
good illegals should stay. People that have been here for 20, 30 years, bro, that at this point are probably better Americans than a lot of them quote unquote Americans that are citizens. Yes, bro, they should. They've been paying taxes. Those illegals that they're going after now, they've contributed about over $1 billion worth in taxes, bro.
I agree with that. I agree
Yeah, I
with that.
do. And this is another thing I also want people to understand. When it comes to Trump, you gotta realize, bro, that everything he does is to make a deal, bro. So yeah, he's doing this big deportation shit, but Trump, man, he'll 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 tone it down, bro. If it's certain situations, like if he know we can't, we need farmers.
He already did it, like you
Yeah,
said. He
like
already did it.
he'll do the right thing, bro. But
It's
it's
common
you still
sense.
got some media painting it a different way. Like I just feel like, bro, everything he's doing
I,
is to make a deal and to make the Democrats look a certain way defending certain things, bro.
So
Hey,
risky
can we?
business. You have a problem that is more like targeting Latinos. That's the problem.
Nah, his people is involved. Like, yeah, that's what's going on right now.
Can I?
It is his
You feel
Can I?
people.
like that's the whole protest that it's like it's targeting Latinos. Like, but
Well,
y'all not the only people that's targeting. I'm just saying that,
yeah.
but that's what you feel like the problem is.
I mean, he kind of answered that earlier, but
well,
just real
well,
quick,
well,
I want to
well,
say,
if you, yeah, I
I
could
want,
touch on that more. And look,
yeah,
this is what I've suggested my people do. My people, bro, the Mexican people, uh, I believe that they need to separate themselves from Central American people and others, right? Why? Why do I say that? It's not
Yeah.
about superiority or none of that, but it's just because, see, like one of the gentlemen, I forgot who it was, right? I'm not really looking at the screen right now, but like I said, I go back to the misconception of my people coming in here by the thousands in those in those caravans of people and sucking up resources and
That
shit.
is happening though.
That's not happening though. My people don't qualify for that shit. My people, Mexican people, do not qualify for asylum. They were not getting debit cards with fucking money. They were not up in no fucking 5-star hotels. That's Central Americans,
Mm,
Yeah,
bro.
like Venezuelans and shit. I see
mm.
what he's saying.
You sound like you would have voted for Trump though, if you could
Nah.
vote. I'm just
But
saying.
yeah,
I
hey,
got a
but
question.
yeah, go
I got
Yeah,
a
ahead.
yeah, yeah.
question.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Earlier, Risky Business. Earlier, you had mentioned that you said that you feel that you are more American than us. Do you mind clarifying like what you meant by that?
Yeah, you gotta kick
Yeah,
that
yeah,
one.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's easy. Simply because my people are natives to the American continent.
He said American.
Hey, but actually in
No.
1842 is what you talking about something in 1842, and Spain actually was in control of that land.
No, yeah,
Also,
you talking about
no,
territories. I'm talking about the continent of America.
Mm.
Me, right? I am a descendant of natives to this continent, bro. Your people cannot say that.
Oh
You
yeah,
know,
yeah. But that's what I'm saying, bro.
white people cannot say that.
My mom's actually Native American. My dad
Oh, you
is
know what? I'm
African.
sorry,
Yeah,
bro. You know, my bad for assuming.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
I'm sorry.
You good though? I
I got
mean,
an. I bought an ancestor anyway, so I'm about to see what the fuck. I'm goddamn
Yeah,
native
yeah.
too anyway.
So just just I honestly was assuming all three of you gentlemen were African American. You know what I mean? Just
Oh no, we African American, but going back to what you were saying by you're American more than us. That
but
was
he
just a
was saying
statement.
because he got Native American
Nah, we
blood.
wanted to clarify what that statement meant.
yeah, I just did. I said that I'm more
Oh, cause you a
American.
native. Cause you a native. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because my people are native to this continent.
yeah,
Okay.
Back from
Okay.
back to Aztec days. You know what I mean?
Aztec.
right.
Oh,
so do you
okay.
think that your people were the only people here on this land?
No, that's not what I'm
Be-
saying. What I'm saying is that I am a descendant of one of them.
And I'm a descendant of the people that were also on this land during that time. So like, I don't think you can just say that you're more American than us
That
because
that
See,
that's not
see,
factually
that's
true.
some. See, we
that's what
both
I
part of
said.
the problem. We both part of the problem.
That's why I apologize, bro. I said my bad because I was assuming you were African American.
And my people fought for this land while your people sold some
And
land.
then I also just want to mention that being an American isn't just about paperwork or learning how to speak English. There was blood, sweat, and tears put into building and molding this country into what it is to this day. And Black people have been a part of that since day one.
Yeah,
So
And
I hear
white
what you're
people.
saying. So I hear what you're saying, but it's just like with that statement, I just didn't feel. I can't accept that. But I understand where you're coming from.
yeah. It's not to accept it or not. It's just facts are facts. You know what I mean?
But
Yeah.
it's kind of
But
not facts though, because your people wasn't the only people on this land at that time.
bro,
So
I'm
so
not
you can't
debating
just
that.
say that you're more American
That's
because you can't
okay.
say that.
Let me ask you: are you African American or are you Native?
Ooh.
Honestly, I'm a mixture of both.
Okay, then yeah, I'll give you that. Like I said, my fault for assuming. I assumed when I made that statement that all three of you gentlemen were African American.
Bigger Dave, he African as fuck.
Yeah, I'm African American, bro. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I'm playing to that. Hey, but it's okay to assume that because you gotta realize the progression of back in the day and modern. It's a kind of deception of what happened between these years. That's why a lot of people do get that deception of, oh, you must be American. Oh, no, no. At the end of the day, it was Spain settlers that discovered this land, but during the progression and through the fight of independence, they became American. So that can't happen.
Hey, which flag you put first, bro? The United States flag or the
I,
red, white, and green?
yeah, I put my Mexican flag first. That's my flag.
Why do you feel that way?
And that's why. Yeah, why? Yeah,
Cause that's that.
if you're American, like why you do that?
Hmm.
Well, because I don't consider the the flag with stars and the red and white stripes. I don't consider that to be an American flag. That's a United States flag.
Oh,
Well, United States of
America does
America.
not have a flag. America does not have a flag.
big dog, we do got a
Yeah,
flag.
we
It
got a
stars and
flag, bro.
spangled, big dog.
It's
It's
stars
okay
and
to get
like
that misconstrued, but we got a flag though. But
Yeah, it's the United States of America flag.
I want to go back
star
to
for
your
each
one
state.
Who
comment.
has a flag? Who has a flag? Who has a flag?
The United
American
States of
flag. We
America,
got a flag. We got a
Yeah,
flag, big dog.
yeah. The United States
North
of
America,
America has a
no,
flag.
North America.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mexico is part of North America too. See, there's a lot of things y'all don't know, and I don't blame y'all. But that's why I'm here.
It used to be, man.
So that's
What?
not it's not South or
No,
Central America.
it used to be
Mexico
a
is
part of the
North
United
America,
States,
bro.
but y'all own country, bro.
No, you're not listening. Mexico
Mm.
is part of North America.
You talking
Yeah,
about the Battle of
he talking
Alamo,
about the
huh?
actual.
No,
He talking
bro.
about
No.
the continent,
Yes,
bro.
yes,
The
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 continent.
continent.
Y'all can't exclude us out of being North American.
True that.
You know what I'm saying?
True that. True that.
South of Mexico, then you got Central America. You got Honduras, El Salvador,
Venezuela,
all that shit.
Brazil, all
South
that.
of that, you got South America.
But
Oh yeah.
okay, that's all I'm saying. Like on that sort of sense of history, you realize that y'all gave up some land. We actually purchased some land. We ain't had to do no wars. Now, in some Texas, they had to do a war, but California is a state that we didn't have to do no. We just purchased it.
I'm glad you touched on that, bro, because actually, yeah, the land was sold, but then right after the land was sold, there's also a treaty, the Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo,
Yeah,
which that treaty gave my people the right to stay right in the new territory when the map was redrawn and Mexico was turned over to the United States, right? And then so you had Arizona, Nevada, California, all that shit became the United States. My people stayed there, right? And there was a treaty, the Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo. You can look that up.
yeah.
But that treaty was not honored, right? Because then my people, when the border got drawn up, they threw my people south of that. But check it out, check it out.
Yeah.
There's also the Braceros program when the United States of America didn't have a workforce because they were all fighting a world war. They came up with the Braceros program, which they brought men from Mexico to work in the United States for the railroads and all that shit. But then after that was done, then they threw my people back. You know what I'm saying? So there's history, bro. There's history, and the reason that I say that my people should disconnect themselves a little bit from other un, illegals or undocumented is just because of that
Mm,
history. No other country has the history that Mexico has with the United States.
mm,
That'd be like me coming into your house right now, kicking you and your family out of your house, out of your property. Let me ask you this: would you ever stop fighting to get back into your property?
Not if I sold it to you.
if I sold it to you, it's done deal.
Right, right, right. But what if exactly? But then that comes with a treaty, like I said, right? If I okay, well, we could do that. If I tell you, you know what, I'm gonna buy this from you, right? But whatever you want to say, I don't know. You can park your car here or
But I
whatever.
mean, at the end of the day, though, if we go back in history, y'all was not y'all was not competing with these Indians about the land. That's what I'm saying. The Native Americans was still
But
here.
Hey,
For
but, but,
sure.
let- but, but let me ask you this question, bro. Where do y'all stand, bro? Where do y'all stand through this? Do y'all stand against what's going on, or y'all for it?
I
No,
stand up with it because
I'm, I'm
I'm American. I voted for
yeah,
Trump, and he already told me about the immigration problems that's going on. It's not just here where immigration is going on. It's going on in different areas where the open border is becoming a problem. These people are not doing due process, and they are invading different countries, and we can't go into another country and just live there and work and not do a due process.
it's not even just the southern border; it's the northern border. I don't want immigrants coming from the northern border. It's because of supply and demand type shit for me. Because these past 4 years, I saw how prices went up, and I think like housing prices, and I think it's because you have a lot of immigrants that just came in. They need a place to stay.
Come
And
on,
So
bro.
facts, and
Come
facts
on, bro.
too. Though also too, the way our system is going on with America. Our system right now, we pay taxes. We don't pay taxes for ourselves. We pay taxes for the next American that got a social security number that needs help. The way the Democrats that was doing, they was abusing that system of us helping the next American. So
Ain't
that
yeah,
shit
ain't
was
Trump,
building up the fucking budget.
like the FEMA funds, bro. Like
ain't Trump trying to take y'all Social Security away though?
No,
no, bro.
that's
He
misinformed
trying.
right
That's
there.
misinformation. He's trying to make it everything better. He's trying to take the people who don't need that shit. It's a lot of scammers, bro. They
That's a
don't.
misinformed.
They can be Americans. That's not illegal. That's scamming on the system, bro. He just trying to get all this fraud off of it. The money going to people that don't need it, like Medicaid, like Section 8 housing. He don't want people up there for years and years and years. He want them up there for like 2 years, enough to get on your feet for the next person who needs it. But
I
he just wants shit to be more efficient.
Bro, if you bro,
More
if you
equal.
ask, bro, if you ask me, I'm for fucking the government taking away government assistance. But you
Fact.
know,
Mm,
but you and my people is too, because at the end of the day, like I said, my people, my Mexican people, undocumented, they don't qualify for no fucking food stamps. So the ones that are really depleting the fucking system and on food stamps are lazy Americans that
Facts.
that that
I agree.
that they'll do fraud when it comes to their taxes.
Facts.
Agree.
You know that's depleting the system.
Agree. That
They're
one.
they're they're
Agree.
they're, they're abusing the fucking food stamps and all that bullshit. It's not my people. It's
No, no,
y'all
no,
American
So
no,
check
people.
this
no.
though. Check this
It's
though.
but
Check this though. So do you feel like undocumented immigrants are paid less than everybody else for their work?
Yes.
All right. So check this. Don't you think that's hurting the wages of others who belong
No.
in the country? Because
No.
if I could hire somebody to take low pay for a job, why would I have to pay the person another person a high amount when I could just get them? Like that's a lot that's going on, bro. They're making
Because
wages
because
stay at a certain lowness.
I got you.
why you
That
don't
doesn't
think it's
apply,
not
bro.
though?
Look. That's misinformation, and
Yeah, right, man.
that's
Well, hold on.
misinformation.
Why you don't think it's not messing up? Like if I pay JB $2 to do a job, and I pay
and,
you and I
and
pay
you're
you
legal.
$1.
Why would I pay you your $10 when I could pay bro $3 to do it? Do you know what
Cause,
I'm saying?
cause,
Like
cause,
that's just
cause,
good
'cause, bro,
business.
let me ask you that really quickly. Cause bro ain't gonna go fucking pick no damn fields for no amount of money.
Yeah, bro will pick that shit for the right amount of money.
We gonna find out. We
You
gonna
know,
find out pretty damn quick.
bro, people take penitentiary chances for money.
Yeah, so
Yeah, but that's not what we're talking about.
But bro, let's want to say people would do anything for money, man.
Now,
yeah.
we're gonna find out. So what you tell?
They won't
So
do it for the pay that your people take it for, but they'll do it for a higher wage. Trust
there,
Yeah.
me.
that
Get
Americans,
appreciated for
bro,
what you work for.
Americans, white, black, or brown, they are not gonna go pick those fucking fields, bro. They are not gonna go pick those fields.
We got
They're
And
not
technology
gonna.
for that.
then we get innovative, bro. We
Yeah,
build
we got technology
we
for that.
build technology that can do that shit, bro. That's
Yeah,
what
but
I'm saying.
that's very optimistic, bro. But that's
Or
not
you can have
reality
or
right
prisoners can
now.
do it, so they can come home with different trades. Our prisoners can do it. They can learn how to construction, use those skills to
That's
come
crazy,
home.
bro. That's crazy. So you'd rather see real criminals doing jobs that
Yeah,
good
bro. Because
working people are doing, honest
prison is
working
for
people.
rehabilitation, bro. I
That's
don't think.
crazy, bro. That's
I
crazy.
But
think
do
a
you consider
prisoner.
yourself as the middle
I
class,
think a
a
prisoner
citizen?
can come home and change his life, bro. That's why
But do
I
you
really
consider
think that.
yourself as a middle class, a citizen though?
As a middle class,
Yeah. They say risky business. I don't know what kind of business that's risky that you're doing.
life's a risk, bro.
But do you feel like you a good person, bro? You said you a felon. Do you feel like you are a good person as
I
being a
know I'm a
felon?
good person. I
That's
know
what
I'm a
I'm
good person.
saying. So
Yeah.
if you were in locked up and they taught you how to be an electrician, like you worked on the old buildings and refurbished them, when you came home, bro, you could actually line yourself up with some money instead of trying to figure out what to do with yourself. That's why I say our prisoners could do it, bro. Like that's just trade school, bro. Why put them in there just to lock them up behind a cage and not teach them no shit
That
so they
Mm-hmm.
that
can
that
come
that
home?
that, that, that that's another that's another topic, bro. But like
Yeah,
I
yeah,
said,
yeah,
You
yeah.
moving the
but
goalposts. You moving the goalposts.
Nah.
No,
It made too much
so-
sense. It made too much
that
sense.
look. But check it out. But to answer the question, no, bro. Look, this is my take on it.
Yeah.
If an illegal bro comes into the United States and takes a job that a U.S. citizen could be doing, right? Then that U.S. citizen needs to blame the system for not preparing that person enough to do a better job. Because if you have an American citizen, bro, doing a job that an illegal is doing, like I said, picking in the fields, cleaning fucking hotels, dishwashing, fucking cutting your fucking grass, bro.
You're missing the point, though,
Then
sir.
no.
Respectfully,
I'm making a
oh
great point.
shit.
you're
No, I'm
missing the
making I'm making
Nah,
a
you
gr- I'm
missing
making
the
a I'm
point.
making
You
a
missing
great
the
point.
point. You missing the
sir,
point.
sir. Like
No,
respectfully, you started off with the word illegal, just right there, illegal.
It's just like, bro, you cannot allow that, bro. Like, if you allow that, like, what kind of like structure does your country have? Like, we are the United States. We the big dogs, bro. Like it or not, why do we have to allow that and nobody else do?
again, because of the history that's there, bro. Because of the history that
So
Mexico
why
and the
don't your
United States
Mexicans
have.
allow us over there? If it's so connected, why can't we go to Mexico and do that?
Cause
Why
it
are
was
y'all,
never like that, bro. Because it like
bro? Let's see that shit, bro.
But at the end of the day, though, it all deals with progression. You can say how we started, yeah. How you started? You didn't start like how you was a young man. You ain't the way you is now. It's all about progression. You got to have structure from what you started and from what now. Now we
Bro,
do
this
have
shit is
laws
out of
from
control, bro. You got
we do have
trans.
laws from people that come in this country illegally. Yeah, it's been people that been kidnapped in this country and been in this country. That's why we make laws for people who want to be in this country and stay in this country. You got to
it's
have
select
a process.
it's
Then we don't
selective
even know who the cartels got a hold on, type shit, bro.
it's selective it's selective politicking, bro. Because look,
Yeah, some
Yeah.
of it. Yeah, some of it.
because look, then people that are out there in the fields, right? Okay, so they'll label them as arpist, right? I'm not gonna say the word.
Yeah.
They'll label them as arpist or as like a deleters or shit like that, right? But then
You got a channel?
was that
You got a YouTube channel? You
Yeah, you got a
using
YouTube
all the
channel.
words to save the channel.
I,
Damn.
hey, but look, check it out. To finish my point, right,
Yeah.
right. So you'll have Americans using them labels on my people, right? But then they'll glorify biker gangs, bro.
Mm.
Criminal enterprises. They'll glorify fucking Al Capone. You know what I mean? So it's like it's selective politicking, bro. And I get it. I get it. That's America. You know what I mean? That's why earlier I said a gentleman was saying something about the Constitution, and that's why I said, yeah, while the founding fathers came up with the Constitution of we the people, your people were enslaved. So your people were not part of we the people.
But we fought our own war
Yeah,
and earned that. Like we did what we had to do for our civil rights, bro.
Also, Black Americans built the United States through forced labor, war service, civil rights, and much more. That's that's as American as it gets.
Real talk, bro.
Do you know that? And look, honestly, I just used your people, right, just because of what we're talking about. But uh, don't
Oh yeah,
take
I
me saying
understand. We always the next in line. We
Yeah,
always the next in
no, no,
line.
no, 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 no. Like I'm having a great conversation with y'all. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
So,
yeah.
so, so,
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
so, so when I say
Ain't no disrespect. Ain't no disrespect.
when I say y'all's people is just a figure of speech. You know what I mean? Just
No,
because clearly
Bro,
I'm
look, I'm
Mexican.
if you don't know,
bro.
we Republican, bro.
Yeah,
We
we
don't
ain't
get
even that
offended. We
offended
don't get
over that
offended,
shit,
bro.
bro.
We can't
Like,
have these hard conversations, bro.
Like you
yeah,
could have
Yeah,
said
yeah.
rape,
bro.
bro. Like I wouldn't have been offended.
Yeah, bro. Like, nah, but the YouTube won't allow that shit.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, so damn, I lost my train of thought. But I was gonna say fuck, I was talking about on the Constitution and shit.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, bro. So you know what I mean? That's. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, we unfortunately or fortunately for y'all, I don't know how y'all see it, right? But like I
So,
said,
like, y'all, I just feel like y'all went about it the wrong way. I just feel like if y'all was out there waving the American flag on some shit, bro, you would have more people, like even Republicans, like, come on now, Trump. But when we see videos of people throwing shit and setting shit on fire and driving around it with the Mexican flag, it's just like, like
so
y'all
your
know that
pro so
shit
so
ain't
your
gonna work
pro
like
so
Let,
that.
your problem is the Mexican flag. Is that what draws
Oh,
the?
my
Is that
problem,
what breaks the
No,
the the, the,
oh
the
man,
camel's back?
can I
you
add
not
to it
listening,
too? Can
bro.
I add to it
no.
too? I
Bro,
don't. I mean, my
I'm just saying,
problem. This is
like
this is.
the,
I
the
want to add to
protest of
that.
how it is, bro. Like,
I want to add to that.
Yeah.
It is kind of a problem that y'all are getting highlighted because there's all kinds of people that is coming our country that we do have a problem with. It's just the fact that no one's above the law. I don't care if you came here seeking asylum. I don't care what you came here for. Do the process because these people, other people, legal immigrants that came here, they actually put their heart into doing the process. They are loyal to the process, so they became an American citizen. No one ain't no shortcut for no one. And
and
also, too, you could blame the last administration for misleading a lot of your people into this country because it do deal with the last administration. All you had to do was goddamn apply to the app and be in this
yeah, bro,
country,
I'm gonna
and
be
that was
honest, bro.
misled.
I'm gonna be honest, bro. It ain't even fully just the immigrant shit. It's the fact that the last administration just was doing shit for all these other countries, sending money, just for bullshit to all these other countries, and Trump come and he just say how he want everything to be America first. Like it's about time America's came first, bro. And it's just that the mindset of the whole country right now is American first, bro. So when we start to see like people just waving other flags and destructing shit, it's like, come on, bro. Like we all on some American shit, bro. Pull up your USA flags, bro. Like we have American pride, bro. We patriots, bro, and we want to
Well,
help
well,
fellow Americans, bro. We don't want people saying burning American flags, but
well, let me ask,
acting like they don't want to
But
leave.
just do it
Like, why
right.
would you
let me
burn?
ask, let
Don't
me ask,
burn the flag and act like you don't want to leave. Like that's
let me
crazy.
let. Okay, let me ask you really quickly. What
And
is that?
you say you put the Mexican flag first, bro,
Okay, but
but you won't want to move back.
why the fuck would I move back? I could go. I could go.
But
I
you
go
put
every
the Mexican
weekend.
flag first.
I go every weekend
But why not move? You put the Mexican flag first. That's what I'm saying.
because
That's
I'm.
that's what I'm saying. Like that shit is crazy, bro. It's like
I
I
get
get
it. You
it.
don't understand.
You
You don't
don't
understand it. I get it. I get
it's
it.
it's like you, bro. you are an American, bro. You are a descendant. You
I
have
am a Mexican.
so
I
why
was
not
born
live in
in
Mexico?
Mexico. I am legally here. My parents are legally here.
No,
My
Birthright, but
I'm
mother
not
not saying you
birthright.
are illegal. That's
You
not what
birthright.
I'm saying. I'm saying if y'all are legally here, bro, y'all did what it takes to be legally here. That means you really wanted to be an
Hey, bro,
American
let me
instead
ask you,
of a Mexican.
what does that American flag mean to you, bro? What does that mean to you
Uh,
personally?
pl- uh, Sometimes when I look at the American
It
flag,
means
I
I got the
do.
freedom to do whatever I want in life, bro. That's what it means, bro. It means
Yes,
I'm in the best country that everybody else want to get to,
that's one point, and also too,
and
I
I
look
belong
at,
here.
I look
That's
at,
what it means to me.
I
It
look
means
at the
I'm
flag. I look at the flag, and I look at the dedication of people who stand up for that flag. I don't look at just
Hmm.
just me right now, modern day. I look at everyone who contribute. That's why the 13 stripes represent the 13 colonies. Those were European settlers. They
That
weren't just
enslaved your
American.
people. That
They weren't
enslaved your people.
exactly. But that was the beginning. But now it is illegal to have that type of structure of labor. It's illegal for to whoop me and goddamn tell me to go to the fields and work without that type of structure. That's why it also represents progression. I'm not about to say that since you was a dude that did wrong back in the day, you still a bad dude. No, everybody learn from right from wrong. Everybody have trial and error. That's why the flag
Mm,
represents progression. Now
mm.
it's not, but now we got to have a process and a structure to do right. That's why we stand on the fact that you cannot come in here legally because it stand against what the history of. Because if we do that, that means we saying slavery was just, and slavery is not just in our country.
All
You
right, check
can't
it out.
come in here.
and
All right,
that's
check
what
it
they
out. But
keep
look,
trying to do. They keep trying to do that to the illegals. We need people picking out cotton. We need people doing our stuff. Why y'all? It's like they trying to recreate slavery and shit. Like I don't
all right,
want that for them.
all right, but look, check it out.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But look, check it out. You saying I don't really think that you like what that American flag stands for, bro. Because look, you telling another U.S. citizen that they cannot burn an American flag, so you're pretty much taking that person's First Amendment right away. That's what you're doing right off the bat.
That's not an amendment.
That's not speech,
That's
man.
not first speech, bro.
That's
Destruction.
not speech.
Destruction is not a
You
First
can
Amendment.
say I want to. You can say
Burning,
I wish I
burning,
did,
burning,
but doing
burning.
it
That's
like
Check it
not a
out.
just
freedom
like
of
Check
you
it
can
out.
speech.
say
Check it
I
That's
out.
would
not.
kill
Check
That's
it out.
somebody,
not freedom of
but
Check
speech.
it
when
out.
you do
Destruction
it, you
is
break the
not freedom
law.
of speech.
Check it out, bro. The First Amendment protects anybody that wants to burn the American flag. In fact, you you know what? There's some military people out there that they actually get offended by you saying that because these military people fight for that right, right? They fight for the rights of Americans, of U.S. citizens.
To burn a
So
flag?
Hey,
They
To
don't
are
burn
you
a
give a
burning
fuck,
a
flag?
man.
burning a U.S. flag
hey,
is not illegal, bro.
hey,
Can
listen.
can can I
What
can I grok that right quick?
what
Yeah,
is the
I'm about to
message?
tell you,
What's
like
the yeah? Go ahead.
burning the U.S. flag is legal under current U.S. laws, but
Thank you. Thank you.
but
Okay, okay.
but you cannot do it when it comes to breaking other laws, meaning fire hazards, inciting violence. You can't
Destruction.
do that. Destruction. That's what makes it illegal.
Right, but just burning the flag is not illegal.
But we talking about amongst protests though, the craziest protest.
You know what I'm saying? So that it might hurt your feelings, but it is not breaking the law.
Mm.
But during
So
these
Uh,
riots, it is breaking the law. I just read the
and coming
definition.
over here illegally is breaking the law.
Yeah, that's fine. That's why I said like I wanted to like, and that's fine. You know, you can say that, and you're in your
Oh,
right to say that.
yeah.
But then people that are protesting are also U.S. citizens, and they also have the right to say their
I
piece.
got I got I got
Yeah, yeah.
my producer just told me we got 4 minutes to wrap this up.
Oh
Well,
shit.
Oh shit, yeah,
Hey,
true.
I appreciate
Hey,
you
risky
popping on
business,
though
man.
and speaking your mind. That
Yeah.
we
I'm glad you hopped on though, bro. Cause
invite that.
Hell yeah.
I will follow you, bro. Let me find you, bro. Cause
Yeah, for sure, man. We can have these conversations whenever y'all want, man. You know what I mean? Because like I
uh,
said,
It ain't gonna
Timothy.
always be about this though, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah. We got
hopefully
other
this shit
topics and shit.
pass.
yeah, but look, bro, look, y'all. What I suggest, man, y'all just do your homework, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, people, they will listen, and if you don't sound, informed of what you're speaking on, it's not a good look either. You know what I mean? You have a lot of misconceptions about the Mexican people, like I said, and first of all, the people that are burning flags, holding Mexican flags, are U.S. citizens, just like yourselves. They have the same rights as you do.
I
You know
get
what I
what you're
mean?
saying too.
The illegals are not out there in those protests.
I mean, at the end of the day, bro,
Allegedly.
it ain't just towards y'all, but it's towards anybody who
Yeah,
break the law, bro.
it ain't
But
just
I
the
understand
Mexican
though.
flag, but that shit is what's main focus right now for some reason on the news. But it's other ones. It ain't just y'all. I feel that way about other ones. Like, why y'all doing that, bro? Put
And,
up
I
that
and,
understand
U.S.
though. I
flag. Put up that
understand though.
Hey,
USA
look,
flag, man.
well,
Just
one
put it
last
up.
question before you go. And like I said, we have a respectful conversation. It ain't nothing personal, but
yeah, for sure.
I help me understand why you don't want to live in Mexico and you'd rather stay in the United States.
Yeah, I never thought about. Yeah, why is that?
Okay, because I am from the same region that my ancestors, that my family has always been from, bro.
Oh, you a
If you
trucker, huh?
it it yeah, I'm a trucker.
Okay.
We all
It
truckers.
Yeah,
Go ahead, though. Go ahead,
yeah.
though. Go
I
ahead, though.
just want to ask that you a trucker. I understand. Okay,
yeah, I stay on
okay,
the big road.
okay. I just followed you
Um,
now.
okay, so we've always been from n- North Mexico, South Texas, always. You know what I mean? From from our properties in Mexico, to my house in South Texas, it's about a 30-minute drive, bro.
Wow.
Damn.
So where I'm from, right?
Yeah.
It's all Mexican community.
Hmm.
True. I
You,
be
you,
seeing a lot of amigos out there now. They be
you,
trucking.
you know what I'm
So
saying?
you basically saying you feel at home.
I am at home on my native lands.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like with your Mexican, like
But look, check it out. But check it out, right? So it just so happens that I was born south of the border, right?
True.
But I've been legally in the United States since I was 2 years old, which is probably why you can't notice an accent, right?
Yeah.
You
yeah, I
sound Texan
mean,
a little bit.
I
yeah.
sound Texan, right? But I don't sound illegal.
So
Nah,
do you represent for Venezuelan people?
Of course not. Why would I? I'm not Venezuelan. I'm Mexican, bro.
And that's what we saying. It's not just y'all people. It's
Yeah, it's
other
like how
people that's causing
we
disruption.
American, bro. So we gonna represent the what American, like the American shit, like how you standing with the Mexicans because you Mexican. We gotta stand with the American shit because we Americans, whether we black or white. I know people say sometimes, "Oh, y'all black though," but
Now, this
bro, we don't have no other country to go back to,
this
bro.
one last remark.
Everybody say we from Africa, but we don't know where we're from in
This
Africa,
one
bro.
last remark we got
What's up?
before we go out. If I just wanted you to give me clarification of if he could send you to Africa, he would. What
Oh
do you
yeah,
mean by that?
yeah. That's facts, bro. I mean, let's not pretend. Let's not pretend like the current president. You know what I mean, or any presidents really are really including Yas people and anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we look at history, and we just go based on facts, including what some of your people say. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Like
Facts. What facts?
th-
What president has done
Yeah,
that though?
like
In what country in Africa are you saying, like, what country
no,
would?
he's saying the United States don't haven't really done shit for us over here, type
well,
shit.
look.
No, but when he says they would send us back to Africa, like, what country are you
Man,
referring
like
to?
they wouldn't know where to
I,
send us.
I, I, that, I don't know. You tell me. You tell
We
me
American.
you tell
So
me
that
where your
statement,
bloodline comes from.
so that
Our blood.
statement is ignorant then, because like you can't say go back to Africa when we
I didn't
was
say go back
our
to Africa. Nah, I
Nah,
didn't
he
say
nah,
that.
said they'll send you back to
I
Africa,
know.
bro.
I'm not saying
You
my
gotta,
fault, my
you
fault.
gotta be literal, bro.
Yeah, my fault. I ain't meaning like you.
Oh, he said if you could send, if he could send you back to Africa, that means he assumed that was for Africa. But big dog, I'm born in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Yeah, bro.
I
Like
feel that, but what I'm talking about is where your roots come from.
My
straight
roots
out of
Hey,
come
North
hey, I ain't
Carolina.
gonna hate
my
on you.
roots are
I ain't
here,
gonna hate
bro.
with that answer
Nah,
because right now I'm getting ancestry.com and I just got my kit coming in, so I will able to answer that question.
My roots are
that's what
from
I'm
America.
saying. Yeah, like
That's
But
They
crazy,
but
are.
my
bro.
birthright, but my
And
birthright right
it's not
now
crazy. It's not
is
crazy,
North
because, bro.
is America.
It's not crazy because, bro, I don't have no family members in Africa, bro. Let me explain the situation to you. I have a
facts.
homeboy. I got a homeboy that he's black, right? So his mom marries an African, somebody that's from Africa that moved to America. He's an African American. They have a child. That child is born on American soil. So that child is now a African American. I can't say the same for me, bro.
Yeah, we
So it's
never.
like, yeah,
We if we go to
I'm not from
Africa,
Africa.
nobody's gonna embrace us. Like we don't have no family over there. They're gonna call us Americans when we go to Africa. They're
So
gonna be
it's
like
like it's a lot
Yeah,
of
American,
no, no, yeah.
American.
misconception.
Like that's
I
just
get it, bro. Is the same. If my let's just say if my children go to Mexico, they're just gonna say that they're American the same way. You know what I mean?
and that's what I was saying about the flag shit. Like Mexicans over here, like why not just rock at with being American? Because if you go anywhere else, they're gonna call you American. They can see it on you. It bleeds. It comes. It hangs off you. Like I knew you are not
Look,
illegal,
bro.
bro.
the-
Like
the-
that's
the-
just what it is.
I think that's just due to, again, like I said, just due to the history of Mexico, United States, the proximity. You know what I'm saying? Is we're right here. You know what I mean? Um, but you can't fault me, bro, for knowing and being proud and respecting where my bloodline comes from. You know what I mean? You can't you how am I at fault?
It sounds
No,
like that.
nobody's saying
The
you're at
way I'm
fault.
saying it, maybe I'm using the wrong words to like how I'm trying to get it across. But I'm not trying to say like don't be proud to be Mexican, but be proud to be American, bro. Like act like an American Mexican, bro. Like you the richest of Mexicans. Like your family, like they
Can I
got the
give
best situation of Mexicans. Like
can
I'm
I
just
give
saying, like in Puerto Rico, they all are different colors, but they will all tell you they're Puerto Rican, bro.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm saying, why is America not like that? Why is it so much division? Like, why is it? Oh, we Mexican, or we Puerto Rican, or we did no, bro. Everybody American in this bit. That's what we trying to get the mindset of this country on, bro. It's too much division, too much fighting, too much hate, too much differences, bro. That's all I'm saying. It's just too many
Well,
differences,
well,
bro.
bro, well, that goes back just to, again, that goes back to history. You know what I'm saying? Because you had
Amen.
you, because you have French coming into America before it was America, right? When it was
European
just a
settlers.
continent, you had the French come in, you had the Spanish come in, you had the British come in. You know what I mean? So this land, right, that we're on, this continent that we're on, became a melting pot of just all kinds of different people, right? But some people forgot their roots, right? So realistically, the white people, you know, they which to me they're European Americans. You know what I mean?
Fat.
They they should have pride in their fucking British flag or wherever the fuck they came from, because truthfully, they are the immigrants. My people are migrants migrating through their native lands. Immigrants come from overseas. Migrants migrate through their land, which is what my people do.
Eh, let me ask you
That's
something.
a
Would you
that's a
agree
good
that
point.
nowadays we have a lot of museums that have artifacts, and let's just say things that they found from thousands of years ago. Would you agree that does exist, right?
That there's museums, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, museums, like there's artifacts that they collected from years ago that they preserved and they put out in public.
Right.
If those things exist, why? Well, let me ask you: Have you seen any slave ships or any remains of any slave ships in any of these
Nah,
museums
they,
or
they,
showings?
they,
Because
they,
like I can't agree that I can't agree with you when you say these people forgot their roots, because it's no guarantee that people was even brought over here. Well, black people was brought over here
That's
due to
well.
slavery.
nah,
That's a
but they,
conspiracy. That's a conspiracy. But I could follow you on it. I could.
yeah, I can't really get into that because
Yeah, man.
I
We
know that
can't.
some slave ships used to be like cargo ships, and they just stored black people on them. So
Facts.
I don't think they just made a specific ship for slaves. I think that the ships were just made to move cargo. Period.
Facts. That's
Yeah,
facts.
man. Talking about is about to give up, man. Just risky business. Just tell everybody who you know what I'm saying, what your
Yeah,
channel
man. You got
is, and
other
tell the
people that
people
want
that
to, you know what I'm
I
saying,
congratulate
speak
you
up.
for coming on, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? We always need an input from other people, man. Just tell the people who you is before we get off this thing, man.
Yeah, man. Just risky business is the page. You know, I go by Jay from South Texas. You know what I mean? And like I said, I'm just on here to just to clarify a lot of the misconceptions that make my people, the Mexican people, look bad during these fucking horrible times, man. You know, you got fathers being ripped out of their households. You know, you good law abiding people. Yeah, I'll grant that. You know, the only law that they broke was coming into this country illegally. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
I won't deny that. I won't deny that. But like I said, I believe my people should distance themselves from other countries just because like I said, it's a misconception that my people are depleting the system because my people don't qualify for no benefits, for no food stamps, for no Medicare. Whatever the fuck my people have is because they're out there busting their ass in the fields or cooking for y'all or cutting y'all's grass and shit like that. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
so that's it, bro. I just came on here just to give that clarification.
Yeah, we
for sure.
appreciate it. And you sound like a Republican. You sound like you're a Republican. Just to let you
Nah,
know.
nah, like I
I'm
said,
just saying. You
It's all
sound
right,
like
bro.
you
Hey,
ain't with the
nah, I'm just
you
for
ain't
right and
with your
wrong, bro.
people. You ain't with your people working jobs that nobody don't want. You sound like
No,
you.
yeah, no, of course. I'm truck driving. You know, I'm an owner operator out here. You know what I mean?
Hey, I appreciate.
But
I'm a truck driver too, man. I appreciate
but I
that
do.
work, man.
But while I'm behind the wheel, bro, I'm just putting some fucking knowledge in my brain. You know what I mean? And that's what it is. But thank you, man. Thank you for having me on. And like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and subscribe. And whenever I see y'all fellas
my
around, I'll go ahead
boy.
and chime in, man.
Hey,
Hey,
yeah, man. First
appreciate you,
Game
man.
Podcast. This is TAMGGG Entertainment, man. Next time we're gonna have you on, man. Hey, thanks for showing, man.
Hey, and for the next one, I'll leave y'all with this. I believe that being pro-Trump is being against God.
What? All right,
Hey,
Hey,
we're gonna have you on. We're gonna have you for the next episode for that one. But hey, we'll godly.
I
Uh,
gotcha. All right, fellas.
all
all
right,
right,
all
man.
right,
All right,
bro.
y'all stay safe.
I ain't got time for that. Nah.
man.
It's a good episode, man. That was a good
Man, go
episode. That
ahead.
surprised me. That surprised me though. But hey, I'm glad we got inputs, man.
Yeah,
Damn,
him too,
that
him
was
too.
a
I'm
good one,
just
For
man.
saying,
sure.
at the end of the day, this shit still ain't gonna stop Trump from doing it, though, bro. Unless they, I'm trying to tell them, wave the American flag, bro, to help get your message across better. You see how he came and he was just talking and trying to say how it is. If he was waving them, you know what I'm saying? So, hey, that's just what I'm saying. You can't be like destructive, like trying to send a destructive message, bro. But you
Too
know what I'm saying?
prideful, man. But I appreciate that though, man. Damn, that was a good. That surprised me, man. That surprised me. That was a good one. Who said invite him on?
Hey, yo,
Yeah, that was a good one right there, man. That
yo.
was a good one. I wasn't gonna do it, but I just got there. He came on. Hey,
Final thought, man. I think y'all done messed up my woman time, man. Damn.
yeah, you was in it, nigga. You was in it. Once that nigga popped down, you was like, oh, let me talk.
I felt like I was the reason, so you know.
It felt good though. We you know what I'm saying. My bad. My bad. You final thought, man.
My final thought is, you fucking illegal. You already breaking the fucking law. So that ain't shit else to be said. That's my final thought.
True.
Final thought is, man, like Ayo said, I hate that y'all feel like that, but that's just what's going on right now, bro. This shit ain't gonna stop. It's about 3.5 more years of this shit going on, and maybe even 4 after that, man, when JD Vance come through. So that's why I say hit that CBP app, get that $1,000, that free flight back. Try to come back the right way, man. That's my message.
My final thought, man. Regardless of what's going on, man, I think you should also, like, you know, just keep importance of history, bro. You should always know how shit started and how it's progressing.
Man, don't nobody know that. He was talking
glad.
like he knew it.
He
But
thought
he
he
ain't
knew.
know it. Man,
He
your
thought he
history
knew.
could be made up. You talking like we don't know our history.
Hey,
But go
at
ahead.
the end of the
man.
day, bro, you need history right now to show you what happened, bro. You need that history, bro.
10,000. How the hell you gonna tell me I don't know where the fuck I'm from?
Education is key now. Education is key.
Hey, look,
man.
when I hit him with the good point, bro.
It was a lot of good keys everybody going, but that's the great thing about America. This is the more civil way to go about it. We can just sit down and talk about it. We ain't gotta goddamn go personal, call you a fascist, call you racist. No, bro. Let's just have that hard conversation of us giving each other perspective. And at the end of the day, we ain't gotta goddamn talk about how you look or none of that shit. We can just goddamn give perspective. And that's why what the fuck America supposed to represent it, bro.
And I won't call it Migo flag no more. Damn, man.
Hey man, you're pointing us out like that, man. You just don't gotta point us out like
call
that.
it Migo flag.
But you don't gotta point us out like that, man. We was here like everybody else, man. We worked hard. We worked hard. You don't have to do that, man.
Man, we out this bitch, man. First Game Podcast. See you next Sunday.
Hey, facts, man. Facts, man. All right, that was a good episode. Hey, see you next.